Right, so going to start the InfoBurst server as per normal. Cache, no explicit behavior here on caches. I'm going to run a test harness here that is going to execute a cache query against a cache that is 500,000 rows and returns a subset about 100 rows. And the test tool is showing here a response time sort of in the 200 millisecond range. The best was 212, the worst was 571. So basically kind of half a second was the worst response time I got there. Let's run it again just to get an idea, but it should be fairly consistent. So here we go. So yeah, so the best was 200, worst was 300. So between 200 and 300 milliseconds is the response time in normal operation. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stop my server. I'm going to opt in to preload that cache into memory, and I'm going to restart my server. And what we'll notice here is when the server starts up, it will issue a message confirming that it's beginning to load the XDC into memory, and that ends there. So that cache is now in memory. The memory footprint of the process will go up in this case by about 30 megabytes. It's a 500,000 row cache, so that's not bad. And then what we'll do is we'll run our test harness again and see the difference in response time. You can immediately see it's much snappier. We now have responses ranging from 53 milliseconds, and the worst was 261. Let's run that again. And you can see here we're getting responses between 52 and 80 milliseconds, and one more time for luck. And it's so much faster. Now we're getting, 50 and 92. So what was between 200 and 300 milliseconds is now between 50 and 92. So a dramatic, pretty much 4x improvement in response time by loading the cache into memory.